Shots in the Dark contains graphic depictions of events that may not be suitable for all listeners. We encourage all of our listeners to be open-minded and engage in dialogue with us through any of our social media accounts or email. Pull your blankie. Pull your blankie, sip your drankie. Hi guys, I'm Ty.
I'm Whitney.
Welcome back to Shots in the Dark.
Or welcome to it if you weren't listening before. And also hello.
I'm feeling good. So what is that? What do you have? Is that salt?
Yeah.
So we've got
It's the same
salt.
It's the same shot as earlier. All right, so we're going to take our shot. Reminder to everyone, you don't have to drink alcohol. You could just take a sip of your beverage, but not water because it's bad luck. We don't like encouraging you to have bad luck. So, Cheers.
I'm really excited to see what your story is going to be today. I'm true crime this week.
Yeah, and apparently it's a story that we've talked about, but he couldn't remember the details of.
Yes, because somebody who I used to be friends with, they had told me that they went to high school with the people involved in this case.
Is this the people that you were in high school with? Is
No.
this the guy that killed his sister?
No, this is not
okay.
that story. It didn't feel right.
I would like so much to hear the story, especially since we've apparently talked about it before. I know that with you trying to stealth mode talk about this earlier, you did say that there are multiple people involved.
Yes.
Is it a cult?
It's not a cult.
Well, I quit.
We're going to jump into it. I'm going to talk about the murder of Adrianne Reynolds. I thought it was in Rockford. Apparently, this was in East Moline. This is a very interesting case. It involves a little bit of a love triangle.
Oh, Hager.
This one's real sad. So in November of 2004, Adrianne Reynolds moves to East Moline, Illinois from Texas.
Why?
She was sent to live there with her father because when she was living in Texas, she was smoking weed daily, which, okay, for me personally, not a big deal. Smoke all the weed. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, do something with your life,
Yeah.
but who cares what
Yeah.
you're doing at home?
It had gotten to the point where she needed to be treated for crystal meth addiction as well. The whole idea was that in Illinois, she was supposed to have a fresh start. Her mother was kind of hoping that her father might be able to discipline her a little bit better. She was 16 years old when she moved to Illinois and quickly became friends with Sarah Kolb and Corey Gregory. To be that young and have to be treated for meth addiction, it's gone to a not great place.
Right,
You
and then
know.
you have to find some sort of other way to handle things.
Yeah, absolutely. Sarah was kind of used to being the new kid in town because she was born into a military family.
I was going to ask if she was an army brat.
Yeah, so they had moved around a whole lot, and it's thought that she kind of empathized with that feeling.
Yeah.
By the way, Corey's a dude.
I was going to ask that,
Yeah.
but I was waiting.
I want to confirm that because I know a female Corey and a male Corey.
Yeah, me
so
too.
Sarah and Corey were already best friends. They had been hanging out a whole lot. They were inseparable. And they had actually met a year before Adrianne had moved to town. They met at a local mall where they shared a joint together.
Love at first joint. I mean...
I'd probably continue to hang out with you if you lived in my town and you were just like, hey, do you want some of my joint? I'd be like, yeah, I'll buy us Taco Bell afterward. Oh God, I shouldn't have said that. That's not okay for this story. We're jumping the gun, Whitney.
Wait, no.
The murder gun.
Are we only going to talk about cannibals now?
What? Oh my God. This story is... Okay. Both Sarah and Corey were... And I love this detail. Sarah and Corey were both super into Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, God. Oh,
And,
man.
Yeah. I guess that they had begun hanging out with a local group of juggalos in town. Juggalos are basically, they're Insane Clown Posse fans. They're really hardcore, devoted fans. Or if you're a female, maybe you prefer to go by Juggalette. Sarah, who felt like an outcast, now felt like she had really met true friends and was now finally around people that she felt got her. Sarah had quickly become like the leader of the group. And
Okay.
yeah, I know, boss bitch, right? So she's now all of a sudden calling the shots. People didn't typically cross her. So it was common knowledge that Corey, he had a huge crush on Sarah.
Right, because she's a boss bitch.
Yeah. And, well, had a huge crush on her for a really long time. It was also well known that Sarah was really only into girls.
Okay, rad.
So that wasn't really going to work out. They were still able to be best friends and, move past that.
Right, good.
Yeah,
the way that people should be.
Yeah, absolutely. The first time that Sarah saw Adrianne, she commented to her friends about how she thought Adrianne was super hot. Sarah had a big crush on Adrianne right from the very start. Sarah now is being outwardly affectionate towards her, and now Adrianne is also returning those affections. Sarah and Adrianne decide that they want to date each other. The two girls spend weeks passing flirtatious notes back and forth, so I'm going to read to you what it says so that you can kind of get in their mind and maybe take a trip back to high school. So this letter is dated 12/4/04. It says, "Hey sweetheart, I have some questions for you, and I need you to write me back and call me or just let me know the answers. 1. Do you like me at all? If so, in what way? 2. I really like you, and I'd like to go out with you, but do you like me enough that if we went out, you'd respect me enough to know that I'm not going to sleep with you right away? 3. You wouldn't do anything to put me in danger, would you?
Oh, so something already is transpiring.
4. They're numbered like this, by the way, in the letter. I'm not making the numbers up. 4. My brother thought you were trying to be hard, so could you do me a favor and just try relaxing? 5. Dress nicely and do something with your hair before you come to meet my dad, and don't wear baggy clothes, please.
Oh. I feel like you're not dating and you don't get to control the way that people dress. That's how I feel.
Well, I mean, I think that what she was saying is, I'm fine with you being like that, but I want you to make a good impression on my dad so that he lets us see each other
No,
and
totally.
be friends.
I mean, there's a reason I came out really late. I'm really still stuck on you wouldn't do anything to put me in danger.
Yeah, I know. That is kind of a...
It sounds like something already weird was occurring.
Maybe Adrianne also misunderstood juggalos and that whole type of scene and people being into Insane Clown Posse. And the fact that apparently Sarah already acted like she was real tough. So there probably was a part of Adrianne that wondered like if it was a dangerous situation or if she would get into trouble.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was some sort of overdramatic, when you're younger and you just... everything is the end of the world kind of thoughts.
I mean, yeah, when you're 16, some of it was probably a little bit dramatic.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I feel like in this note, everything is so innocent. When you come meet my dad, could you make a good impression on him? Sarah and Adrianne decided that they wanted to date each other.
Good.
The two girls spent weeks passing those flirtatious notes back and forth.
Oh.
One night, they went to a party, and at some point during the party, Adrianne disappeared for several hours. When Adrianne returned to the party, she had confessed to Sarah that she had gone off and had sex with a couple of guys that she met at the party that evening.
A couple of guys, and then she's asking her to wait.
Sarah was expecting it to be exclusive and for them not to be seeing other people.
I mean, I'm not into that either. I'd be real fussy about it as well.
She gets super pissed off, understandably.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
She decides that she no longer is interested in having a relationship with Adrianne.
Which I could also understand.
I get it too. Adrianne, however, was not ready to give up on Sarah. And she began outwardly pursuing her and writing Sarah letters begging for a second chance. So Sarah began telling basically everybody at their school, all of their friends, that she really wanted to kick Adrianne's ass. She is kind of a hard ass, but also she was really flat out just infuriated and very angry. And super jealous.
I get it.
She was starting to get very paranoid and super pissed off and jealous also because her friends were starting to adopt Adrianne as a friend. Now she's been crossed. She is pissed off that she's making friends with her friends. And it's starting to spin out of control. And
Right.
she's now becoming very aggressive.
Right, because she thinks she's been being betrayed.
Adrianne, still writing these letters to Sarah, is now writing her notes asking, why do you hate me so much? And why are you telling everybody that you want to fight me? So this goes on for a couple weeks. And in an interview, actually, with one of Adrianne's friends, Jonathan Palanchek, he said, quote, after that party, Sarah felt threatened by her. I guess, like she thought maybe she was going to take all of her friends away and then leave her all alone.
I can imagine how that would weigh on her. In situations like that, where people are presenting themselves as being incredibly aggressive, normally there's some sort of insecurity behind there.
There is a lot of insecurity there.
And that's what they're presenting to people. It's not what they're actually feeling.
Yeah. January 21st, 2005. Sarah, finally now, has spoken with Adrianne in the hallway at school, face to face. And Sarah invites Adrianne to go grab some lunch with her.
Oh. Obviously, it's a ploy.
They headed off to Taco Bell, and after that day, Adrianne was never seen again.
Oh.
Wonder what happened.
End of the story.
We'll
Close.
find out. But wait, there's more.
We'll find out next week.
So, that evening, Adrianne's father, Tony Reynolds, called the police to report that she had gone missing.
Right.
Police had initially thought that Adrianne was just a runaway based on the information they'd gathered from her father and stepmother because of the drugs.
Yeah.
So they thought that she was a runaway, but her dad was just like, no, listen, something's not right about this. She has incredibly strong work ethic. She loves her job. She sometimes is ready for work, is dressed and ready to go an hour before she even has to be there and is just waiting around to go.
Oh. Good,
okay.
Good job, her.
Yeah, good job, her.
I had to put on an entire face of spackle before one of my jobs.
Are you kidding? Yeah, it's like sometimes I roll out of bed hungover and I'm just like, you have 5 minutes. You can get dressed, brush your teeth, and go, but you're not going to look pretty. Upon closer inspection, they discover that Adrianne's previous paycheck and all of her clothing has been left behind. Police are now given the names of Sarah Kolb and Corey Gregory. When the officers call Sarah, she tells them that after lunch that day, she dropped Adrianne off at McDonald's as per Adrianne's request, and that was it. And then the two of them parted ways. So, are you trying to make it sound like she was just ravenous that day? Like, very hungry.
And not for real food, it's just to go around to every fast food joint in the area. Let's see, what's in Moline?
Nothing. Nothing is there.
Yeah, McDonald's.
There
might be a Burger King.
There's a high school. There is a Taco Bell, a McDonald's, and there's apparently a very big scene of juggalos.
I mean...
They have a hatchet store there.
The really cool thing about that, I guess, for them would mean that they can all carpool to the gathering, so...
So, like I said, the police, they call Sarah. She gives them that story about how she dropped her off at McDonald's when they were done, and that was it, right? Mm-hmm. But she also had seemed very concerned and was just like, oh, well, if you hear anything, please be sure to call me and let me know.
Because you have to find a way to cover tracks somehow.
People, when you have committed a crime, like murder, per example, okay, and you're trying to play it off like you don't know anything and you didn't do it, and the police are talking to you, that is one of the ways that they know that you are extra fishy, is because they want to know what you know. The police then, after they talk to Sarah, call Corey. Corey tells police that he had been with both of the girls and that they had gotten into a fight over something on their way to Taco Bell. Now,
so they went to lunch, and it was supposed to be kind of a date or reconciliation, and they brought Corey, who's their both best friend.
Well, that's the story apparently now. Police thought that it was very strange that this whole time when they were talking to Sarah...
They didn't say anything about the fight.
Sarah never mentioned anything about Corey being there, and now all of a sudden, this guy's like, oh no, I was there too. And also, they had gotten into a fight. It's like, Sarah, what's going on?
Yeah. Why do you not tell us about this?
Yeah. Now the police call Sarah back, and they're like, okay, what's going on here? And Sarah's like, well, actually, he was there, and we did have an argument. It was over a letter that Adrianne had written to Corey.
How did the letter come into Sarah's hands? This is a fake letter.
Because Sarah...
That's what we're doing. This is a fake letter.
It would make sense for Sarah to know about it because, remember, Sarah and Corey are best friends.